goal. But from our perspective, there were different moments where we certainly felt that our way of handling it could have been better. And the key at the moment is just to see the things that we're doing well, but to understand that there's details that need to be improved in every category. So that's the way we've always worked, with an eye on how we need to get better from week to week. And I think the response has been really good.
All right, thanks, Bob. We'll get started. Gio, go ahead, Gio Garcia.
Hey, Bob. I got two questions. They're not game related. Just curious if you could confirm the Athletics report yesterday that if Almeria makes promotion, it triggers the sell clause.
Those discussions, I prefer not to get involved with. I know that there's a clear understanding of the situation, and I think that's still a question that would be best going through John.
Okay. Second question, there's speculation out there that Aiden Jaco may be coming to Los Angeles. Are you guys interested in him?
He's a great player. I believe that's an agent-driven rumor, so I don't think there's that much to it at this point.
Thank you.
All right, great. Let's Kevin Baxter, go ahead.
Hi, Bob. Sorry, I'm tired of asking the same question every week, and now you're tired of answering it. But where are we with Carlos? Will he start? Have you determined that yet? How's he looked?
Yeah, better. So there is a real discussion of how to handle his minutes. No decision has been made, but making progress. His training is getting better every week. You can see him pushing himself, so that's very positive.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go, Katya. Go ahead, Katya.
Thanks. Hi, Bob. Nice to see you. You mentioned that the group has trained really well during the week. What have you seen from the group? I know you guys are a young club, but because of the way you started, I know the expectations are high. And because of the fact that these games haven't been the best games, just how to kind of keep moving forward and lift the group up and not let it kind of like, go down that slump.
Any team that goes through a little bit of a tough stretch with results has to be strong. The work has to include seeing the things that are being done pretty well, and then combining that with just all the areas that need to improve. There's a process to becoming a good team, and you understand results are so important, but the process has to include seeing the whole picture. And so there's got to be a real sense of this is what it's going to take for us to get back to a little better level. But as I said at the beginning, any team can go through a stretch in a season where you have some guys maybe for whatever reason aren't quite at their best. You play some tough opponents, and then a few results don't go your way. So we'll find a way to come out of that and be better.
And the second question, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just a follow-up of understanding what both Diego and Carlos have done in the past 2 seasons, and then the fact that they weren't in that top shape because of injuries to begin the season. How much did that hurt the team and the plan that you guys had?
When they're not at their best, it shows in the fact that when we create certain advantages, we're not as sharp making goals. So that's pretty clear. Those guys' abilities to take things that we do as a team, win the ball, go forward quickly, connect passes, find advantages. They are the ones that then benefit at the end, but they're the ones that make all that other work make it pay off, because the guys at the end that finish off plays, that's the hardest thing in football. And so we're constantly looking for other guys to improve in those areas. If I go back all the way to the Austin game, Diego doesn't play. Carlos is off after 20 minutes. And I felt good about the way others that day handled things. In some of the games since, there's been good football that led to possibilities, but as we've said over and over, not quite good enough in some key moments. Diego, when he came back for the Houston game, had some good chances. You could see he wasn't at his best. I thought the next week against the Galaxy, it got sharper. So I see him going in a good direction. And I think once we get Carlos back into a steady routine of good training and training and games, I think we all know what that will mean.
Great, go ahead. Thank you, Salvador.
Thank you, Seth. Hi, Bob. How are you?
Good, Salvador.
Nice to see you again. Bob, just to ask you, we know that this was a tough start on the season for LAFC. You were talking about some details to solve with this team. But which are those details specifically? Which are those details that LAFC needs to solve for the next match against Colorado Rapids? And just want to ask you about Mahala, about the status of Mahala for the next match. Thank you.
Yeah, Mahala's knee is still being assessed, so he has not been in full training this week. When we talk about details, obviously a lot of them including attacking ideas, our ability when we win balls, getting the right runs, getting the right balls in the box, the timing, final passes. So there's a lot to that. I think that overall defensively, our intensity has been good. I do think that there's some moments where decisions about whether it's a moment to go and win the ball, whether it's a moment to control the situation, whether it's a moment sometimes to make sure that the play stops there. We've hurt ourselves with a couple of those plays. I mean, if you look at the second goal against the Galaxy, and then if you look at the second goal versus Seattle, both of them were plays where we had 3, 4, 5, 6 moments from start to finish where we could have done better. So it's just a better understanding of the part of the field and the way to handle it. Example, I mentioned earlier, we're attacking in a good way when it's 1-0. Carlos plays the pass to Marco Farfan. He's cutting into the box on the left. He cuts inside Alex Roldan, and he's in the box. And instead of being a little more aggressive or possibly even shooting with his right foot, he tried to play a pass back to Carlos, who was behind him. The play went out on their right side again to Alex Roldan, and Marco and Edward both went over. And the angles that they took allowed Alex Roldan to split them with he lifted the ball just off the turf and split the two. And if Edward takes a better angle and if Marco comes over in a better way, then the worst thing that could happen is maybe it hits us and goes out for a throw-in, but the play is stopped. So the ability to finish a situation where you've gone forward and you've had a chance to get in the box, make a chance, and now somehow you lose the ball in a way that gives the other team a second a possibility of transition. The reaction and how you handle that is key. And I think we were in position to do it, but we let it slip. And then from there, they were able to execute in a good way.
All right, thank you. Let's go Alicia Rodriguez. Go ahead, Alicia.
Thank you. Hi, Bob. Wanted to ask you about your upcoming opponent, the Rapids. I looked up. I don't think you guys played them last year the end. Yeah. So it's been a little while since you've faced them, and they seem like a pretty youthful team and a team that likes to run. But I'm curious as to your thoughts about them coming into the game.
Yes, I would agree with your two comments. They have some young players. Their athletic team. Clearly, Robin Fraser has now had a chance to give them an identity. You can see certain ways that they try to build from the back. They try to spread teams out, and they're athletic. So I've been impressed with what I've seen. They're always good on set pieces. Price delivers a good ball. Danny Wilson is a threat in terms of attacking set pieces. He scored on a good header a couple years back against us in Colorado, where the ball was more to the back post, but he came in a strong way. So those are things that you can see every time they play.
All right. Thank you, Vince.